20 million barrels of oil move through the Strait of Hormuz every single day. That is 1/5 of everything the world burns. The fuel that runs Asian factories, heats European homes, and keeps the global economy moving. In late February, it stopped. And the scramble to find another route has led energy planners, investment banks, and heads of state to the same answer. An answer that has been sitting in plain sight for decades, built in secret, funded by a country that is now Israel's sworn enemy, hiding inside a place most people would never think to look. In March 2026, Israeli Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu laid out a plan to bypass the Strait of Hormuz. Not with a canal, not with a railway, and not with a war. Instead, he's pitching a 435-mile oil pipeline corridor that runs from the Persian Gulf, across Jordan, into Israel, and then to the Mediterranean. This is not a plan to replace all 20 million barrels a day. Replacing Hormuz at that scale is not on the table for any project currently being discussed. This is a high-cost, politically sensitive hedge that lets a few million barrels quietly slip out of the choke point whenever the Gulf heats up. Israel already owns a large piece of what that requires. And the Gulf is heating up right now. The Strait remains effectively closed to US, Israeli, and Western allied shipping, with only selective neutral-flagged vessels permitted transit. The US has launched a military campaign to reopen it. Trump issued Iran an ultimatum that has since been extended. Shipping analysts say routine transit is unlikely to resume for the remainder of 2026. Iran is claiming full control of the Persian Gulf, the Strait, and the waters off Oman. That is the world Netanyahu made this pitch into. The corridor works in two connected sections, one already in the ground and one that does not yet exist. The starting point is the Persian Gulf on the Arabian side. Saudi Arabia's east-west crude pipeline, known as the Petroline, already runs from the Abqaiq processing complex near the Persian Gulf, all the way across the Arabian Peninsula to the Red Sea port of Yanbu. From Yanbu, oil will be loaded onto tankers for a short Red Sea crossing to Israel's southern port of Eilat. That tanker leg is not theoretical. Israeli pipeline operators have received Red Sea crude at Eilat since the 1960s. From Eilat, the oil would travel through a land-based pipeline across Israel to the Mediterranean. That pipeline already exists. The Eilat-Ashkelon line is a 42-inch, 158-mile pipeline running from the Red Sea to Ashkelon on the Mediterranean coast. Northbound, it can move 1.2 million barrels per day. Southbound, it handles 400,000 barrels per day. It's been operational in various forms for nearly 60 years. The new piece is roughly 435-mile pipeline running from the Arabian Peninsula through Jordan down to Eilat. That section does not yet exist. That is what gets built. Put the two pieces together and the combined system could handle between 1.5 and 2.5 million barrels per day. That's roughly 7.5 to 12.5% of what Hormuz normally moves, a fraction of the total. But in a world where the full flow has just been sitting at near zero for a month, that fraction is worth a very great deal.